turning $2,000 into 43 million bucks. Could you imagine doing that with a meme coin like Pepe? And is something like that still possible? Well, I want to come out at the beginning of this video and say, unfortunately, no. $2,000 into 43 million bucks, even with 100x leverage at this point on an incredible trade, it's going to be virtually impossible because of the tokenomics, because of the amount of money that would have to flow into Pepe. But this is something that has happened for somebody in the past. And I want to talk to you about what this individual is doing right now. And hint, they are taking profit. If you're wondering why the Pepe price is struggling right now, it's for that very reason. There are a lot of big time winners that have been shuffling profit from the highs, and still, even at these levels, a lot of those folks are in the profit still, believe it or not. Now, if you're watching this video and you're like, how could people still be in the profit with Pepe? I bought in and I am so far down on my investment. Well, the reality is that if you bought Pepe in December of 2024, you were buying at a local top. I do think that we're going to have a recovery back to the upside for Pepe at some point in 2025. But when can we expect that? What can you expect to make on $2,000 with Pepe these days? If you can't make 43 million bucks, what can you make with $2,000 in Pepe? Let's talk a little bit about it, guys. Welcome back to the Crypto Report. I'm Crypto Kip. Do me a favor, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for more crypto content, and let's get into this. We had some massive volatility over the last few weeks regarding the liquidations happening. A lot of longs were getting squeezed and a lot of shorts have been getting squeezed. There is uncertainty in this price action because of all the tariffs that have been occurring. And we certainly hit a local top back in December, and we saw some very bullish price action for crypto yesterday, but now Bitcoin is getting slapped back down 1.73%. Our total market cap is losing a critical level for its weekly candle close, and it could signal potentially a little bit more downside in the short term for a lot of coins, but Pepe would be included in that bundle. It's certainly a strong meme coin. It is the third largest meme coin in the market right now. If you just kind of look up here, I'm pretty sure it's the third largest meme coin. Yeah, other than that, you have Shiba Inu and Dogecoin, which is at rank number 8. A lot of people have said, you know, the frog versus dog. Pepe could flip Dogecoin. Something like that could still potentially be possible, guys. You never really know. But even if Pepe flips Dogecoin, turning $2,000 into 43 million bucks is going to be difficult. Let's look at this story right here. Crypto trader turns 2K Pepe into 43 million bucks and sells for $10 million profit. The savvy trader's position peaked at $43 million during Pepe's peak valuation. And this is a really crazy story. This trader made almost a 4,700 return, a 4,700x on their investment, which is crazy. Imagine making 4,700 times the value on your money. You could have done it with Pepe. It was real. This guy spent $2,100 to buy 1.5 trillion Pepe in the early stage. Okay. He sold 1 trillion Pepe for 6.6 million, leaving 493 billion Pepe worth 3.64 million with total profit of 10 million bucks. What an amazing story. I'm sure we'd all love to be that guy. But the reality is this thing is now down 74% from its highs. And you're like, well, how could this guy have done it? If you look over at what's going on with Pepe, well, this fella got in, honestly, probably even lower than what you're seeing on these price levels. Because if you go this to this, you know, that's not turning $2,000 in. So he was literally in before this chart even exists here. I mean, this isn't the all-time chart. This is going very far back, but not to the very, very, very beginning of Pepe. The reality is there are people that bought in really, really early. Even if you bought in at these lows, okay, you're still up 10x, okay, 11x on your investment. So believe it or not, there are still people in the profit, and those people that are in the profit, and there are people that got in way down here as well. Those people that are in the profit are still taking profit, okay? Some of them might be reaccumulating now because historically, I do think this is a great accumulation zone. which is kind of why we're having the chop right now. Broadly speaking, crypto is bullish on the macro side of things. But Pepe is at risk of falling a little bit lower because there is more profit taking. There is still fear in this market. And the biggest thing, guys, is if this total market cap level rejects off our March 2024 highs, it could come lower. Bitcoin could still spill back down to 66, maybe even 70K. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. If that happens, Pepe could still fall lower. But what kind of gains can you expect to make with Pepe if you're investing $2,000 in? Well, I think for a bullish case and for kind of something maybe realistic, looking at the market cap of Pepe at $3 billion and Dogecoin currently sitting at, call it $30 billion, basically a 10x for Pepe is very, very achievable, guys. I've been talking about $100 billion price for Pepe in the future. Could that happen? Yeah, I think that it possibly could, especially if we get like a Pepe ETF, especially if Bitcoin goes to $300,000-$400,000 one day. But for the remainder of this bull market, if you're trying to come up with some conservative predictions for Pepe, I wouldn't be surprised to see Pepe at least achieve the current market cap of Dogecoin. At one point, you saw Pepe get about halfway there. I think Pepe got up to about $13 billion in market cap. Now it's back down to $3 billion. Again, an incredible discount buying Pepe at. But with $2,000, if you invested $2,000 into Pepe right now and it went to a $30 billion market cap, well, then you'd make $20,000. Okay, that's really what it is. That's a 10x. And that's not 2.4 million. It's not going to be easy to do that in the future. You would be looking for the next Dogecoin, the next Pepe, or the next Shiba Inu at that point. And it's getting harder and harder to find because more meme coins are coming out every single day. I do think that Pepe coin is still a staple. I am still bullish on Pepe coin, but these days of 2K into 43 million with Pepe, it's just not realistic anymore. I do think that you can make good money on Pepe, especially when it comes to trading. And if you guys want to do some trading with Pepe for yourself, you could sign up for Blowfin to do some trades with Pepe using our link in the description down below if you want to check it out. I do think that there is still some room for more liquidations as all this uncertainty. People are definitely liking to make some trades. So what you should do is set your stop losses, guys. Don't invest more than you're willing to lose when it comes to the trading strategy, and stay conservative, especially in these times of high volatility. You don't need 50x leverage. You don't need 100x leverage. You can make good money on 5 or 10x leverage, or even lower leverage if you have a longer term mindset and you want to stay in trades longer. Again, if you want to sign up for Blowfin, you can do some trading using our link down below. And up to a $5,000 deposit bonus for you there. That's all I have in this Pepe update. I'm Crypto Kip. This is the Crypto Report. Do me a favor, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, DCI HODL, and of course, my friends, I will see you in the next one. 2 videos here if you want to check them out. Peace, guys.